So hello guys, today we are going to start our Python basic course. So we are starting from very basics and I have prepared a roadmap to cover the basics. So first of all, we will cover very basics, okay? So basic syntaxes, variables, operators, data types, control flow, if else, and loops, and we will also cover some built-in function and modules, okay? So let's start with directly from the basic syntax. So here I have from basic syntax, very basics, okay? So how are we going to print? So let's follow this roadmap instead of these files. Comment. So first of all, uh, let's know how to comment on the code, okay? So we use hashtag to comment, okay? So if I write this and I write other codes, then this code will be just shown to uh, the one who is seeing the program, okay? This won't be compiled or interpreted. So if I print this, I will get only Suraj. So this is our comment, okay? So this will not be shown our output, and it's only for the single line. In the multi-line comment, we can use three uh, single inverted comma, okay? So we can write anything in the multi-line, okay? So this is how we uh, comment, okay? So this is done. Then let's know about concept of indentation. So Python is very unique. Python is different from other languages. So in other languages, while using like for loops or if else sentences, uh, for example, I will let's create a for loop, okay? So here indentation means what? If I want to include other codes inside of my loop, okay? So if I want to create other codes inside of my loop, then I will give a space, okay? I will give a space. This is called indentation. So if I write anything here, print, and then if I write same thing again, then these two are inside of my loop, inside of my this for loop, okay? So and if I want to go out of the loop, then I will have to delete this space. So this will be, if I write anything here, okay? If I write any code here, then it will be my outside of the for loop, okay? So to include the codes inside of my for loops, I have to give this space. So this means this space means they are in this inside of the same for loop, okay? So again, if I want to include again one if sentence, if I is less than 3, then only print this. Then I have to include these two print functions inside of this if. So to do that, again I have to give space here, okay? So if we see this print Suraj, the first one, first sentence, first code is inside of the if loop. Sorry, if inside of the if condition, but this second is not inside the if condition, but it is inside the for loop. Okay, so to include the second one also inside the if, I have to give space again, so that this line, this code should be after some space of the from where if is started. Okay, so from this line we can see it should have some space to include these two statement inside of the if. So now these are included inside of the if is inside of the for, and these two prints are inside of the if. Okay, so this is the concept of indentation. Then let's talk about continuation. So if we are taking a variable a and we are doing some addition, and let's assume that our screen is just finished, means we have run out of the screen. So then if the line is so long, then we can do enter the simply press enter and then continue our code if we use brackets. Okay, so we can use easily bracket and continue our code in other line as well. So if I do this and print a, then let's see what happens. You can see 17 is printed, and this uh, writing this plus 6 into another line do not affect anything. Okay, so this is the concept of indentation and this is the concept of continuation. Okay, then let's see how to print. So I have already used here, like, but let's talk about it in details. So to print anything we use this print function. So if I have to print any number, then I simply write a number inside of the small brackets, then it will easily print the number. But if I want to print any string, then I have to use this single inverted comma, or I can use double inverted comma as well. Okay, both can be done. So you can see this is printed, and single inverted comma can be used as well. Here you can see, so both can be used, but we can use according to the sentence. Okay, so for example, if our sentence contains it's very bad, then we can see here is single inverted comma used inside of the string. Okay, so we can't use single inverted comma in this case because the starting and end of the string will be undetermined, and the compiler gets confused. It thinks that string is started from here and ends at here. Okay, so for that we have to use double inverted comma, and triple can be also used. Okay, so this is the concept of printing. Okay, so to print string we use double or single inverted comma, while to print numbers we use, normally we put them inside of the brackets. Okay, what the hell, bro. Then we have input. So we have input function like this. So this is our input function. We can take input of anything using this function. For example, uh, let's talk about variable first. So we can use any variable. A equal to 5. Let's say a equal to 5, b equal to 6. So this a and v are the variables. We are naming a storage uh, address as a variable, we can say that. So we have a storage container that we name it variable. So I have one variable storage container, that is this a is a storage container and this b is also a storage container that is containing an integer type of data. Okay, so a contains 5 and b contains 6. So a and b are our variables. And then about input, let's say that we want to take input of something and store inside of variable a, then we use a equal to input and we can print a. Okay, so we can give any input. Sorry, to get here first. So I give 5 as input, so 5 is printed as output as well. So inside of the bracket we can use our string to give comment to the user, enter any number. Okay, then it will acts like enter a number, then we can input the number 5 and 5 is printed. And inside of the print statement as well we can use comments. So first of all we have to use comma, and then we can write our string inside of the single inverted or double inverted comma is the inputted number. Sorry, okay, so enter any number, I input 5. 5 is the inputted number, so this is why we can use input and printed. Okay, so then let's talk about typecasting. So whatever we input here, it is inputted as a string. Okay, it is inputted as a string. So uh, to change the string into integer or float, we need to use typecasting. So typecasting means interchanging the data types. So we have to interchange the data types by using typecasting. Okay, so first of all we need to know about typecasting. So for typecasting, let's say whatever we input here is inputted in the form of a string. So first of all I need to prove that thing, right? So print a plus b. I will write this one first, and then I will also take input of b as well. Let's take input of b. Oh, sorry. What did I do, bro? Okay, let's take the input of b as well. So I took the input of yaar. Okay, I took the input of b as well, and then let's run the code. 5 and 6. Oh no, I had written a plus b, and 5 plus 6 must be 11, but I got the result 56. So this is the difference. So because a is taken input in the form of string, and b is also taken input in the form of string, and both string, if we add both string, then they will be concatenated. Okay, so the next topic is concatenation versus sum. So that's why we have to use typecasting in order to take the input as an integer. Okay, so I have to use this thing, int, and enclose that with a bracket. If I use this, then the inputted whatever is inputted is in the form of integer. Okay, so now let's run this. 5 and 6 will be 11, right? So now it is inputted in the form of integer. Okay, so you can use float as well if you are inputting anything in point. Float. So 6.5, 4.5 will be 11.0. Okay, so you can use typecasting like that. Okay, so if we do not use typecasting, then concatenation occurs, and we can do sum. Okay, so I have already told about the difference between concatenation and sum. So if we do not use typecasting, then the variable takes the input in the form of string. Both the variable took the input in the form of string, and when we add the string with a plus arithmetic operator, then concatenation occurs instead of being added. Okay, instead of addition, concatenation occurs between the string. So that was the thing. Then let's move again. So what is pass? Pass is nothing. So if we want to write something inside our code, and uh, we do not know what to write, or we want to leave it for the future, then we can use pass and continue to our next code. Okay, so we can use pass and continue to the next code, and basically it will do not throw any error if we use pass. So you can see here 5 and 6 will be 56 if we do not use typecasting. So pass will do not throw any error if we do if we want to continue, if we do not want to continue anything. So we will use it later, and you will know more about it. So let's go to the operators in Python. So operators, we have arithmetic operators, and comparison operator, conditional operator, assignment operator, and then bitwise operator. So this bitwise is not so important, so I removed it. So this four you must understand. Okay, we must understand together. So let's talk about operators in Python. So you can see I have used typecasting so much. So I took input of one number inside of a variable, another inside of b variable, and typecasted both, and sum, and store it inside the sum variable. So this plus is the arithmetic operator. This plus, this minus, this division, this multiplication, these are the four basic arithmetic operators. And if you use double double asterisk, then it will be like a to the power b. Okay, so int a double asterisk int b will be a to the power b. Okay, so I have just printed those things. Nothing is here, just plus, minus, division, and multiplication. So these are the mainly used for the arithmetic calculations. Okay, so then let's go to the comparison operators. So this is not written here, so let's talk about it. Comparison operator means print a greater than b. Okay, these are the comparison operators. So we don't know about a and b, so let's get some a and b as well. A equal to 5 and B equal to 6, print A greater than B, it is false. So these comparison operators will give result in true or false. Okay, so this is one, and other is if we use this one, it is or B less than A. So this is or statement or comparison. Okay, it is conditional operator, I think. Wait, this is conditional operator, I'm sorry, this will be used later. This, and we have three comparison operators. One is equal to, one is greater, one is less than. Okay, so those are the three comparison operators. If I use this, then these are the comparison operators. Okay, these three are the comparison operators, which is used to compare between two variables or anything. So this should have the same data type. So then conditional operators, these are the logical operators. So these are this one, and or and not. We can use directly like this, or we can use or like this as well, I think. Let's try. No, we can't use like this. So let's make it same. So I think it is used inside of the for loop and if only. And then let's move to the assignment operators. So assignment operators are those operators which help to assign the numbers. Okay, so their equal to is used to assign the 5 value to the variable A. So this equal to is called the assignment operator. Okay, so here we have assigned 6 into the B using this equal to assignment operators. We can also use plus equal to B plus equal to 2. What is the mistake here, bro? B is not defined. Okay, first of all, take B equal to 6 and then plus equal to 2. That means we are incrementing the B by 2. Okay, so if we print B, then it should be 8. So it should be 8. So this is the assignment operator. Assignment operator, we are assigning the value of B by incrementing it with 2. So we can use the same for decrement as well. If we use minus here, then it should be 4. If we use divide here, then it will be divided, then it should be 3. Okay, and then we can use multiply as well, it should be 12. Okay, so these are the assignment operators. So this is done as well. So we have done this much so far. Okay, comment, we use hashtag for comment. Indentation, we have to give space to include any code inside of that upper code. And continuation, we can use bracket and continue the code in another line as well. And we have used how to use print, and while printing strings we have to use single or double inverted comma, and while printing the numbers we have to use we can directly write the numbers inside of the bracket, right? And to print both in the same line, we can use like this. B, we have to use comma first and then we can use any string. B is the answer, like this. Okay, answer. And if we want to use print A as well, then we have to use again comma and A again comma then string is also the answer. So we have to print like this. We can print like this. Okay, 12 is the answer, 5 is also the answer. So this comma will create a space basically. Okay, so this is how we use print. And then to get input we use input, and inside of the input we can use inside of the brackets strings as well. And then concatenation versus sum, we have already cleared that. Input takes input in the form of string, and it should be typecasted into integer or float in order to change them and change their data types. Otherwise when we do the arithmetic operations, then it will do concatenation in case of plus. And then if we want to do sum, then we have to use typecasting. We have to clear that thing. And pass is used to just pass the codes. And then arithmetic operators we have cleared: plus, minus, division and multiply. Then comparison operators are greater than, equal to and less than. Then conditional operators are and, or and not. And assignment operators are equal to, plus equal to, minus equal to, division equal to, and asterisk equal to. This much we have already clear. So let's go to the data types then. So for data types, I want to show you in the Python how many data types are there. So here we can see data types in Python are numerical data types, numbers, sequences, sets, non, this non, I don't know about this, and then mappings. So inside of the numbers, we will find integer, float, and then complex. Inside of the sequences, we will find string, list, and tuples. So these three are the sequential data types. And then sets is another data type, and then dictionary are the another data types. So I have listed those data types here: integer, float, string, list, tuple, dictionary, and sets. So this much we have to cover. So for now, we are not covering anything. We just have already known about integer and float. We all know about that because we have used typecasting already. And Furthermore, after covering this all very basics, then we will go into string, then go into list, then tuple, dictionary, and sets, and go on like that. So for now, let's go into control flow. So control flow means if else, elif. Okay, so these are, we use if and use bracket. So this is the if function. So if is always concerned with condition, so we use this colon here. Okay, and inside of the small brackets we use condition. If a is greater than 5. Okay, so we have to first introduce a, declare a, not declaration, it is initiation actually. Let's do this. If a is greater than 5, then print anything, whatever, anything. So nothing is printed because it's not greater than 5, because a is 3, so it's not greater than 5. So uh, we have used indentation here. You can notice that thing. To include this print inside of the if, we have used this much space. Okay, if the same space is given here as well, that will also be under the if. But if we write here as well, that will be also under the if. Okay, so if you write here, then that will not be under the if. Then else we can say print no. Okay, so we will get no here. So if and else are used like this, we can just remember the syntax. If, then inside the brackets, small brackets, we use condition, then this clone is necessary. Okay, this colon is necessary. So this is how we use uh, if and else. So if we want to use else if, so else if, else if is used as elif. Okay, so in Python it is used as elif. So in C languages it is used as else if. It is written as whole else if, but in Python it is written as elif. So if I want to print, if I want to take any number input from the user, and like from 1 to 7, I want to take number input from the user from 1 to 7, and I want to print 1 for Sunday, sorry, Sunday, 2 for Monday, no, what am I writing, Monday, 3 for Tuesday, something like that. So if I want to do this, then I have to use elif. Okay, because there are many conditions for that. So if there are many conditions which will be satisfied only if another is not satisfied, so in that case we use elif, that is else if. Okay, so first of all we will write, we will give input inside the variable, enter any number between 1 to 7. So we took input from the user between 1 to 7. So if, let's start now, if a is equal to, this double equal to means equal to, that is comparison. We have already studied in comparative operator, use equal to 1. Then what I have to print, I have to give some indentation. Then sorry, I forgot to give clone here, print Sunday. Okay, Sunday, sorry. Then then I don't have to write inside of the else. So I have to get outside of the, inside of the if. So I have to get outside. So I will uh, remove this indentation, this space. Okay. So now L if a equal to 2, then what I have to print? That I have to print Monday. Okay. So similarly, I can just copy paste. So if it is 3, then it is Tuesday. TUESDY Tuesday. If it is 4, then it is Wednesday. Print Wednesday. If it is 5, then print Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday. And if it is 6, we have to print Friday. And if it is 7, we can use direct else in this case. Okay. Print Saturday. Okay. So in the last condition, we can use else, which is only implemented if all of the above conditions are not satisfied. Okay. So now let's run it. Enter any number between 1 to 7. Let's say 5. That is Saturday. Sorry. What happened? What just happened? It should be Thursday, bro. I think this else is not working or what? If 7. Let's try again. 5. Why nothing is printed, brother? 4, 5, 6, 7. It should print Thursday. Why, bro? Oh, sorry. I should have typecasted. I think so. I forgot to typecast. Okay, now it is good. So I did a mistake that I took input as a string and I am comparing string with a number. So that is wrong. So the comparison can be done only between the numbers, right? Only between the strings, only between the numbers. So data type should be same for the comparison. So it's running good now. We can check again. Let's take 2. Monday. Okay, nice. So this is how we use elif. Okay, so if else is good, elif also good, then let's go forward. So let's go into the loops. So for loops, we have for loop first. So for loop are the most important one. For a in range, so first of all, we have to understand the range function. Anything equal to range 5, that means anything the range of the numbers from 0 to 5, that is 0 1 2 3 4. So this range 5 means this only thing contains 0 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so if I take anything equal to range 5 and if I print it, then it will print range of 0 to 5. Okay, it will print in the form of range, but we can use it in loops very well. Okay, so it can be specified according to the initial and final points. So we can take a range from starting from any point and ending to any point. So this first point is included, but last point is not included in the range. Okay, so this range from 4 to 5 means this will include 2 3 4 only. Okay, not the 5. So it will include the first one, initial one, but it will not include the last one. So we can now print in the form of list. So list is used here. So this will we will talk about the list later. So we can print in the form of list, and it will print 2 3 and 4 inside of the list. So we can see this here, and then clearly can be seen how range function gives the values. If initiation is not given, then it will take from 0. For example, we can see here, so here initiation is not given, so it takes from 0 to 5. So 0 to 5 means 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 5 is not included. Okay. So if we want to give the initiation as well, so we can give like this between the commas. So we can separate the initial number and the final number using the comma. Okay. So initiation is not given, it will take from 0. Step can be defined. So step also can be defined, which determines the gap between the numbers. So if you write this, then it will start from 1 up to 10. That means it will print up to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, it should print. But here again with comma we have given 2. That means it should skip one number between them. So it should give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But due to this gap of 2, it will print 1 and then it will leave the second one and then go to the third one. So 1, 3, 5, 7, and 9 will be printed. Okay. So because of this 2, the second one will be printed after that. Okay. So if 1 is printed, then the second one from that will be printed. 2 and 3, the second one. 4 and 5, the second one. 6 and 7, the second one. 8 and 9, the second one. Okay. So like that it will be printed. We can see here 3, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Okay. So this is how we use the range function. So it can be defined only by using 1, or we can just remember one thing, that is A to B with gap of x. So this thing we have to remember. Okay. A to B, this is initial value, this is final value, and this is the gap. So A is included always, B is not included, and x is the gap. Okay. So this we can remember. And inside the for loop we maximum use range function. So for A in range of 5, that means the range function will give A values of 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So in the first iteration we will get value of A as 0 and it will print A, that is 0. And again in the second iteration, so iteration is in this values of range. Okay. So we can use loop on the range function, and the loop will iterate over this range values of the range function. Okay. So if we give 5 here, then it will indent then iteration will be over these 5 values, that is 0 at first and 1 at second, and then 2 at third, and 3 at fourth, and then 4th at fifth. Okay. So this will be the iteration, and we can use this function backslash n to go to the next line. So this we have used in the C language as well. What is the mistake here? I don't know. Range of 5, print A. So I don't think anything is mistake here, but still, for loop iterate over the range function or the sequences. So for loop can be iterated over any of the sequence. Okay, so we have already told what are the sequences. So it can be iterated over strings as well. It can be iterated over list and tuples. So we can use this iteration inside the elements of the range function, over the elements of the range function, and it will iterate that much times much as much the elements of the range function contains. So we can use strings also for the iteration. For example, for A in Kolkata, so that means at first A is assigned K, again A in another iteration A is assigned O, in third iteration A is assigned L, fourth A is assigned K. In such way it will continue until A is assigned A. Okay, so these strings are also, string can also be iterated, and I don't know why it is giving error. Okay, it's not getting error. So we can see 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is printed. Okay, so first of all A is assigned 0, and in the second iteration A is assigned 1, and we know one thing, we have to know one thing, that this print function will automatically press enter. That means the another in the another iteration the output will be on the another line. So in order to skip that thing, then we have to use this type of thing. Okay, so this will do what? This will, sorry, what did I do? Mm, very basics. Sorry, where was I? For loop. So we can use this. So not with here. So we can use comma and then end equal to any string. We can use any string just to enter the string space string. To give the space, I just enter in the form of string. I just enter the space. So end equal to anything you can write, and then it will be printed in the same line. Okay. So similarly here as well, a is first assigned k, and then k is printed again in the second iteration. A is assigned o, and it will iterate over this string. Okay, and then let's go to the another topic, that is range function. We have already covered that thing. Then while loop. So while loop is similar as in the C language. We just have to write while, and then we have to write condition, and then semicolon, and inside of the while we can see this indentation, and inside of the while loop we can print that thing whatever we want to print, and then increment as well. So increment is to be done in the while in the for loop, while you're using range, it will increment automatically because it contains a range in the form of sequence. Okay, so increment should not be done there. So let's talk about break and continue as well. So I should have written that thing somewhere, but I don't find it. Break and continue. So to get out of the loop, we use break. Okay. So for example, let's say for I in range of 5, that is from 0 to 4. Okay. If I is equal to 3, then we have to break. So what do we think will be printed if we print something inside of the loop? Print I. Then what do you think it is printed? So it should print, if I hadn't written this thing, then it should print 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. But in when I is equal to 3, I have written break. So that means when I equal to 3, it will break the loop. That means it will only run up to the 2. Okay, up to I equal to 2. So 0, 1, 2. Okay, so this is how break works. And in case of continue, if I say continue here, then it will do not print that. Uh, it will do not print that which in which I is equal to 3. Okay, so 3 is not printed in this case. So continue means just go on to the next. Don't do anything, go on to the next. From so the code will not run, this print will not run in that case. So at the moment it says continue, then it will go to the loop back. Okay, so this line is not executed in case of continue. Okay, so the next line will be executed, and 3 is skipped in this case. So you can see 0, 1, 2, and 4. So 3 is skipped in this case. And then we can do pattern printing as well by using for loops easily. So if we want to print this, we can break it into very smaller ones, and then we can print it. So let's talk about this more deeply. Okay, so we want to print like this: star, star, star. Let's make just 3 rows: star, 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 4, one more star. So if I distinguish this into the boxes, we can see the pattern how it is printed. Okay, so if I make some boxes, we can break this problem into very small problems. So we can see that first of all, the space is 2 spaces, and then on the second line it is 1 space, in the third line it is 0 space. Okay, and talking about the stars, in the first line it is 2 star, sorry, 1 star, then 3 star, then 5 stars. Okay, and at the ending there is 2 gaps, 1 gaps and 0 gaps. So how can we do this? So first of all, we have to use for loop for number of rows. So first for loop will decide the number of rows, and inside of the for loop we have to first print what? The number of gaps. So in the first loop inside of first for loop, in the second for loop inside of this first for loop, we have to first think about these spaces. Okay, so first of all it should be two spaces, then one, and then zero. Okay, and for that we can just use um, whatever number of rows is entered from the user. Let's say 3 rows is entered from the user. We will take input from the user that how many rows he wants to print. So let's say he entered 3. So if 3 rows are to be printed, then the first row will have the gap of 2. That means 3 minus 1. So if x is taken, then x minus 1 will be the number of gaps in the first row. Okay, so x minus 1 minus I can be taken for I in range of 3, right? So if I take I in range of 3, then it will be 0, 1, and 2. That means I will be 0 in the first iteration. That means I can use for I in, sorry, I not j in the second one. Second loop we can use of j in range of x minus 1 minus I. Then if I use this, then in the first iteration it will be this value of this will be 2. In the second iteration the value of this will be 1. In the third iteration the value of this will be 0. Okay, so that's it we want to do. Mm, that means inside of this we can just print space, like we can just print a space here. Okay, this space here we can just print, and in the first iteration we will print this 2, and second iteration we will print 1 space, and the third iteration we will print 0 space. And now we can go on to the stars. So we have already printed, so for talking about the first iteration, already printed these two spaces. Now we have to print this star. So star is like 2, sorry, 1, 3, and 5. So we can use again the code for loop in the same indentation it is okay, in the same indentation. Okay, so we don't have to write the for loop inside of this for loop, but in the same line. So here we can see the, so first of all I have used took the input from the user, okay, number of rows, and I use typecasting to change it into the integer, and for I in the range of a. So if a is the number of rows, so if it is 3, then in range of 3, that means 0, 1, 2, and in the first iteration it will be 0. So a minus I minus 1 will be 2 spaces. Okay, so will be only 2 spaces. So here in case of uh, 3 rows, sorry, 4 rows, 2 3 4 rows, it will have 3 spaces, right? So 3 spaces, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 3 spaces will be there, and this will print 3 spaces. Okay, and uh, to uh, to be safe from the inter, so I have told that uh, it automatically prints the thing into another line when we use print function. But if we use int equal to some string, then it will be printed in the same line. Okay, so now it will be printed in the same line, and then in another loop, so we can see that these two loops are inside of this for loop, but these two are independent of each other. Okay, so what did I do? Okay, so this will print what? This will print the stars, and if we print the star and the space before the stars, then the code will be fine, and we don't have to okay, I'm worry about these spaces. Okay, because 2 stars, sorry, 1 star, 3 star, and 5 star will be enough to print this pattern. So that's it. And then we have built-in functions, right? So built-in functions are those functions we can use inside of the Python, which is already built inside it. So first is memory address function. We can use id to use this function, and id and then variable or anything. Okay, and this odd function to get ASCII value of certain characters. So if I want to extract any ASCII value of any character, then we can use odd. Then length function, this is very important function. This can be used in any sequence or string, uh, anything. Okay, we can use just len, len, and enter some string or any sequence, sequential data types. So I have told about sequence. So string, list, and tuples, this can be used. Okay, this len function can be used in that, and I think in others as well. I don't know. I think it can be used in other data types as well. Let's see that as well. Another one with is sum function, and I have created a list. So this is a list, and sum of this list. So this can be done as well. It is very easy to add all of the things. Okay, so this is very easy. In C programming, we used to get the input of various numbers, and to print the sum of all those things, then we have to write another code for that, but it is already in the built-in function in Python. We have to use the just same sorry, sum, and then we can easily print the sum of those numbers. Help function is here as well. If we enter help and inside of the sum, then it will print the something is wrong in the code, I think. No, it's okay. So for sum, the help function runs the it tells about what does help function, what does this sum function does. So this will explain the function what can be done by using this sum function. Okay, so and if we use help function and type module string inside of it, then it will tell about all of the modules inside of the built-in functions. Okay, so built-in functions can use everything. Okay, so let's talk about now modules. So modules are those things, these are the codes which is already inside, already installed inside of the Python, and we can easily use those modules by just importing those modules. Okay, so I have explained about math, OS, and random and time. These four modules are explained. Three, I have written three, and here I have written four. I don't know, I think it's four modules. So let's talk about math module first. So first of all, we have to import the module. So I have written import math. This module is used to calculate different mathematical calculations. So if I use math.py, then it will give us the value of pi, and sqrt. Math.sqrt is used to give the square root. So it should be 25. And then CL will do it will give the greater number than this. Okay, in terms of integer. Okay, so if it is 4.3, then it will not do round off, but it will give go to the greater number than that. Okay, so it will give 5, and this will also give 5. This floor will give a round off value. Sorry, these two are exactly opposite. This will go to the upward value number, while a floor will go to the downward value number. So here we have seen that output is 5, while here is 4. So the this went to the up above one number, and this went to the less number than that. Okay, so then we can easily calculate factorial so very easily. Oh my god, so we can just use math.factorial, and inside of the brackets we can enter any value, okay, any number, and we can easily calculate the factorial. And then square root of 3, mm, and then a sine ratio of this, and this cos theta, anything can be done. And this erf is something I don't know. Gamma function, these are we will study later, these gamma functions and everything. Mm, and then let's talk about random. So this is another module, I think. So random is used. Rand int is very very this is something very interesting thing. So if I use random dot rand int and give a range of numbers, then it will select any of the number from 1 to 100. It will select any of the number from 1 to, I think, 99. Second one is not included. 1 to 99, and it will select every time a random number. Okay, so every time I run the program, it will select a random number, so it will select a different number, we can say. And that's it for random. And I have created a list here, and dot shuffle. Okay, random dot shuffle is also there, so I can easily shuffle the list. Okay, so I have here arranged in ascending order 1 2 3 4 5. And if I use random dot shuffle, and inside the bracket I give the variable name inside of which list is stored, then it will shuffle the list. Okay, so it can make anything randomly. While doing this, first of all, shuffle and print, otherwise it will print none. Okay, so first of all we have to shuffle and then print. Okay, so here you can see, first of all I have shuffled and then print. Okay, so this is done in which it affects permanently the real list. Okay, so when real list is affected, so if I do shuffle, then real list is affected, I think so. So if real list is affected, then we have to do that function first and then print it. Okay, if it is not affected, then I think so, or it can be just opposite of that as well. So let's not worry about that and go to the next one. So we have covered math and random, so let's go to the time. So this modules uses the actual time and other things. So print time dot time function. So this is printing the actual time of now in many numbers. Okay, the time dot time function in Python returns the current time in second since the epoch. Okay, what is this epoch? Epoch is defined as the point in time where the time starts, and it varies on the platform, but is typically okay. So I think it will count the time from this date up to now. So whatever timing is whatever whenever is times is passed, okay, it will update the value. So I think the counting is started from this date, and uh, at different point, if we print the thing is in different points, then it will print different numbers. uh, Counting and counting is started from this date, I think so. Okay, so and time dot c time, this prints the current time of now. So this is maybe this can be useful. And then okay, sleep, the sleep function is somewhat useful, I think, because this will take a gap while printing. Okay, so if I use this function, that is time dot sleep, and I inside of the bracket I put 10, then this line is executed in the output, and then after 10 second only this line is interpreted. Okay, so let's see the thing. Hello, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, come on bro. Okay, now it's printed. Hello brother. Okay, maybe I had counted little fast, so let's try again. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Again, I I think I again counted little fast. Okay, don't worry about it. So it will delay some printing output of printing speed or time, let's say. So time dot sleep is a good function, I think. Then OS, let's see about OS. Print OS dot get CWD. This will print the current directory location where we are coding. CWD means current working directory. Okay, get CWD. That means OS dot get CWD means current working directory. So it will print the location where we are writing our code, right? So in this folder's location will be uh, printed, right? So here I can see d/python. This is the folder location, and it is printed by using this where get CWD, current working directory. Then I have just printed in the next line, and sbro, this is just to skip some lines. And os dot list dir, this will list all the directories that are present in the same directory as we are working. So whatever in whatever directory we are working, it will print all the directories inside of that directory. Okay, so sbro again, it's just for fun. Okay, so we have completed the basics, all the basics of our Python. Okay, so after then we will go to the strings. Okay, and we will do some string questions. We'll look over some string questions as well, and we will go to the list, and then I will study myself the tuples and sets, dictionaries, and we will cover that as well. And up to then, I think it's completed for now.